Mr. DJ back putting up some videos for my 70s YouTube channel, and boy, I got a rock and roll classic that was not a hit here in America. Let's go to Billboard's Hot 100, June 3rd, 1973, I believe was the date. Let me get that up for you real quick. Let me make sure I got the date right, though. The date of June 2nd, 1973. Let me read you the top 5 hits from that week. Tie Yellow Ribbon, Round the Old Oak Tree by Dawn at number 5. Pillow Talk by Sylvia. Oh my goodness, Sylvia Robinson, who sang with sang on Love is Strange, Mickey and Sylvia, the erotic, the sensual Pillow Talk. What a beautiful record at number 4. Frankenstein by the Edgar Winter Group at number 3. Daniel by Elton John, number 2. And My Love by Paul McCartney at number 1. But let's go all the way down to number 98. Billboard's Hot 100. Come On, Feel the Noise by Slade. The original version by one of Britain's prime glam rock and roll bands back in the early 70s. Slade. And their version, the original version of Come On, Feel the Noise. Got to bring it to you right now. It was not a hit here in America, but boy, in England, it was something else. I'll get into that in just a minute. Slade, let's talk about the guy who produced this record. I've got to go into Chas Chandler. Chas Chandler, bass player of the Animals. One of the original members of Eric Burdon and the Animals. Chas Chandler played with the Animals for several years. As a matter of fact, you remember We Gotta Get Out of This Place back in the summer of '65. That the opening bass guitar, that was Chas Chandler. Fantastic bass guitar player, but was not noticed that well when he was with Eric Burdon and the Animals. But they played about 300 gigs a year, was not making enough money, and Chas Chandler said, all right, I'm out of here. I went to production. On the Animals, and I'm going to go into this just very briefly, the Animals' last tour, I believe, of America, when Chas Chandler toured with them, he went to a cafe. It was called Cafe Wah. It was a nightclub at Greenwich Village in New York City. He saw a dynamite guitar player. I mean, he was wild by this guy. He went under the name Jimmy James. Chas Chandler was just blown away by this guy. He said, look, come to England with me. I'm going to put your name on the map. I'm going to get you some success. I'm going to push you. Well, Jimmy James, real name, Jimi Hendrix. Chas Chandler took Jimi Hendrix to England, and he recruited a couple of band members. Noel Redding on bass player, Mitch Mitchell, the drummer, became the Jimi Hendrix Experience. Chas Chandler financed the first single by Jimi Hendrix Experience, Hey Joe. This was before they got their record contract. Hey Joe was a top 10 hit in England, the Jimi Hendrix version. Top 10 hit in England in 1966. He worked with Jimi Hendrix Experience for a couple of albums, but in the middle of Electric Ladyland, he didn't like the way the band was going or something. He left. He stopped producing Jimi Hendrix. He moved on. He started producing Slade. It has been said that Chas Chandler wanted to make Slade really big in America. If that's the case, it didn't happen. And that is a crying shame. Mama, We're All Crazy Now in the fall of 1972 debuted at number 1, number 2 in England. Only got as high as number 99 here in the States. One of the best rock and roll records, featuring the raw, the energetic, the passionate vocals. His name, the lead singer of Slade, I'm trying to get his name, I always forget. Noddy Holder. Awesome singer. And then there was Goodbye to Jane. Goodbye to Jane, which went to number 2 in England. Did not make top 40 here in America. Spring of '73. And now we come to Come On, Feel the Noise. Stiffed at number 98 here in America. I think the thing about it was you have to go back to the 60s and early 70s. It was a bit different. Rock and roll wasn't quite as accepted then as it is now. It was just getting into the mainstream in the early 70s. And their stuff, Slade was just too hard for American Top 40 radio. Slade was a band that you played late at night, like after 10 or 11 o'clock at night. But anyway, it's a shame. But here's the thing. Come On Feel the Noise by Slade, their version debuted at #1 in England. And it sold so fast the record company could not keep up with the record pressing the record. Sold 500,000 copies in 3 weeks. Come On Feel the Noise by Slade. Written by band members Noddy Holder and the bass player Jim Leah. Slade, produced by the legendary Chas Chandler. Well, anyway, coming in at number 98 on Billboard's Hot 100 the week of June, was it June the 2nd, 1973? On Billboard's Hot 100 for only 2 weeks. Come On, Feel the Noise by Slade, which was redone, made much more popular by Quiet Riot 10 years later in the summer of 83, summer fall of 83. And speaking of which, it'll be 11 years before Slade would have their first American Top 40 hit, Run Runaway, in 1984. Slade on Billboard's Hot 100, June the 2nd or 3rd, 1973.